Hello, this is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, here to talk to you about the brilliant orchestral music of Spanish-Cuban composer Julián Orbón. Like so many composers from Spain, like De Falla, for example, Orbón wrote very, very little music, unfortunately, but the music he did write was wonderful. Also, like Falla, it's extremely polished, incredibly detailed, not a note out of place, and oh, how I wish there were more of it. His dates were 1925 to 1991. He was born in Spain, in Asturias, moved to Cuba, where he operated a music conservatory there, actually, wound up in New York, and passed away recently. 1991 is recently, leaving very little music behind. It's such a shame. When you hear some of this, you'll see exactly what I mean. He did compose a symphony in C major, which is unfortunately lost, and I was actually involved in trying to locate it. It was apparently performed in Caracas, Venezuela, and it was thought that perhaps the music is still there, the parts, something. So if anybody knows of Julián Orbón's symphony in C major, where it may be located, please let me know. Everyone is looking for it. It's wonderful, and you will hear that his style is actually similar to that of Aaron Copland or Carlos Chavez, or the sort of nationalist, Stravinsky-inspired neoclassical Spanish Latin American people, and always with a very, very strict formal control. For example, this disc, the one we're going to be talking about on Naxos with the Asturias Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Maximiano Valdés, contains 3 works: his symphonic dances, the Concerto Grosso for string quartet and orchestra, and the 3 symphonic versions, tres versiones sinfónicas. Now, the last 2, the Concerto Grosso and the tres versiones, were both recorded by Eduardo Mata with the Simón Bolívar Symphony Orchestra of Venezuela for Dorian. And those performances are still around somewhere, too, and they're excellent. They're absolutely excellent, but they were on 2 separate CDs. Here you get an entire disc of nothing but Orbón, which is really what you want to start your collection, because like I said, there's very little else. So we have to enjoy what we can. I'm going to play you a bit of the first movement of the Tres Versiones, just so you get a sense of what it sounds like. It's quite marvelous. Here, listen. Terrific, huh? Let me give you some sense of the way he handled form, what he thought of and what was important to him. The 3 movements are marked Pavana, as in Baroque, Organum, as in, medieval, and finally Xylofono. It's a percussion fiesta for a finale. And those are the influences that sort of modeled his musical style. I really hope that you get a chance to listen to this recording and just enjoy this. It's just the most refreshing, colorful, delightful music that you could possibly imagine. If you have this disc, you basically have Orbón. Unfortunately, he did write an excellent string quartet, which was recorded by the Quarteto Latinoamericano on the Elan label. Remember that one? And so, there are individual works here and there, but if you want his orchestral pieces, then this Naxos disc and the 2 discs that Eduardo Mata made in Venezuela are basically all there are. Unfortunately, I wish there were more, and so will you. But in the meantime, we're happy to have this on Naxos. Keep on listening, folks. Thank you. Take care.